He finds inspiration in members, and tonight he would like to honor one of our members in Authors Club who inspired him. With his speech title, Speaking in Praise, let's welcome him, Reuben Chin.
Thank you, Philip. They say that laughter is the best medicine. And therefore, shouldn't the funniest person you know be the best doctor around? It should, shouldn't it? Yes. You want to be a comedian, you better believe in that. I'm here to talk to you today about your Vice President of Education, Zainal. Zainal, please stand up. They know, they need to know. Zainal's a lot of things, but among all things, before anything else, we all know he's funny. Because we all know the way he is. When he comes up here, he's like, no! That's what Zainal is. Now, Zainal's the funniest person I know, but let me tell you about the first time I met Zainal. No, I lied. The first time I met Zainal, I can't even remember anymore, but the very first time Zainal burned an impression into my head was during my CC6. He was evaluating me and he told me, Reuben, you're funny too, but you speak too fast. And I said, no, Zainal, you speak too slow. But you know what? Zainal was right. Zainal was right. I spoke too fast. And I think I've grown to a better speaker now because Zainal told me I speak too fast. And now I speak a little bit slower, or I try. But I'm no Zainal. Months later, I came in here into this very room because Zainal was holding a humorous speech workshop just before the humorous speech contest. Let me be honest with you. When I walked in here, the first thing on my mind was, whoa, this guy's steady. He can teach me how to be funny in time for a funny show. And he's contesting too. So he thinks he's that good. He can teach us all and still win. But you know what? I learned a lot that night. I did. I try not to admit it, but I learned a lot that night. But that's not the strangest thing. The strangest thing is, during the area speech contest in itself, I was talking to the wall a lot like this. But guess what? Zainal was standing next to me, talking to the wall too. It turns out he was as nervous as I was. Now this is an amazing thing, because here's a guy who taught you how to beat him when he's not that confident himself. But do you not see the leadership in that? Do you not see the purpose and the intent in that? The fact that he wants everyone to be as good as he is? There's goodness in this man, ladies and gentlemen. There's goodness in this man. Did he win the humorous speech contest? No. Because your president robbed it from him. And I know Zainal put a lot of himself into his speeches. We've all seen his mind maps, we've all seen his methods, and he puts a lot of work into them. Every speech that we do, some of us come out here and we try and bring it, but not Zainal. Zainal puts a lot into it. He puts so much into it that it must have hurt when he didn't win. He must have. But how did Zainal react to this? Did he say, no, I'm never coming back ever again? No, that's not Zainal. You know what Zainal did? Zainal said, let me help Alan get all the way to district now. And did Alan get to district? Yes, but it's not about you, Alan, today. It's about Now, as I understand this, Zainal spent almost every week with Alan, going through his lines, going through his speech, going through his delivery. This is how you can make it better. This is how you can make it better, Alan. And Alan got all the way to the district because of Zainal. Now you're thinking a great man like this would be a great leader. Well, Zainal decided then to start brouhaha. Now some of you here know what brouhaha is. If you don't know what it is, you'll find out in a bit. Brouhaha is something that Zainal is trying to put together, try and get as many comics as he can together. And he's trying to teach everyone, this is how you become funny, even when you're not funny. And I'm telling you, it works, because I'm not funny. But I'm learning to be fun from Zainal. The most important thing here is, this man is also clueless. Because he tells me, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this in January. I said, okay, what is your end game? At the very end of this program, which is, I don't know, 2 years from now, what do you want? I want this, and this, and this, and this. He said the exact same things. So you want the end to be in January? Oh yeah. Then that snapped in his mind a little bit. He was thinking, oh, okay, I got that wrong. But, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of all this, what do we know about Zainal right now? We know that he's generous. We know that he's some sort of leadership material. But is it today? No, because we're all here to learn. If he was a great CEO right now, he knows exactly what to do, then why is he here? But he's already achieved so much, then why is he still here? He's here because he wants us to learn. He wants us to learn from him. He wants us to learn from his mistakes. He wants us to learn from his example. Zainal was the area governor last year. Little known fact, because he doesn't talk about it. But from area governor, he decided to volunteer to be Sergeant at Arms at Brunei Advanced Speakers Club. All the way from the top to all the way to the bottom, he's starting all over again. How many of us can do that? I know that I can't. How many of us can do that? I tried doing Sergeant at Arms at Brunei Advanced Speakers Club once and it almost nearly killed me. It's a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of work. And Zainal puts in all this effort, all that work. He's also the club mentor at the club where I'm president at. He comes in when he can, he drives all the way to the other side of the country, and he says, Ben, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. How many of us are willing to put in that effort? Not many, not yet anyway. And I hope you're all inspired by this man to one day be just like him. Now before I end this speech, let me share with you a quote from him that he said right here in this room during a table topic. And now we all know that you don't lie during table topic because nobody's capable of that. He says, when I first started, there were butterflies in my stomach. And no matter how much I try over the years, those butterflies are still there. But yet you can only be a bigger man so that those butterflies become much smaller. Back to you, Reuben.